Clay. Only person who will ever watch this in their whole life. You've been having a really shitty week lately. I am so sorry. So, my goal with this video is to eventually become so rich I can buy you a new car. And we can move somewhere really nice, and I can meet Tom Holland and Evan Peters. And, well, Tom Holland's already getting engaged to Zendaya, so I'm a little late on that. But, Evan Peters, he's got a girlfriend, but you know what? I could change, I could easily change that. You know that, I know that, I could do that. I can do it. Anyway, I really wanted to make this and hopefully put a smile on your face. I am not looking at the camera. Hi. I'm not very good at this. As you can tell, it's a lot more easier when I'm with you, because you relax me, make me not feel more myself, but you know what I mean. I'm very nervous. I'm shaking a little bit because I've never done this before, and we'll see how this goes. But I wanted to make this video. This is gonna be my discovery of the 7 minutes in heaven, unquotive. I have a few. So, first one I'm gonna read. Jonas Brothers. We all remember when they first came out. They were something. I remember I was eating soup. I was eating chicken noodle soup because I was sick, and I was watching Disney Channel, and I believe it was Year 3000 came on, and I was like, huh, I like the song. I thought they were weird. I thought they were weird looking, but let me tell you, Nick, I was like, hell yeah, one day. Definitely not one day. And now Evan is my calling. Anyway, so I thought this was a quiz. It is not. It's literally just 7 minutes in heaven with the Jonas Brothers. You click on it, and it's just not really chapters, but like each brother is a chapter. So, big surprise, we're starting with Nick. So let's see how that goes. And also, don't ask me how to screen record because I don't know. Even when we did this, we didn't screen record anything. I don't know if we can put in like snippets, picture. I don't know. I'm just winging it. Izzy's down here with me, looking like her mother just went insane. So, yeah. All right. So, 7 minutes in heaven with the Jonas Brothers. Our first one right off the bat, Nick. Okay, so there's no synopsis or scenario. You're literally just plopped in. So I'm assuming you're at a party with the Jonas Brothers. Someone screamed out, 7 minutes in heaven! Let's go! Come on! Easily! Jonas Brothers are totally down for that. Especially if any of them, especially being that, well, at the time, who knows if any of them were married or had girlfriends. But anyway. So yeah, no, just plops you right in the middle. You're just like, oh yeah, out of the hat, you pull a medical ID tag. I love Nick's first idea is to, what do I put in this hat that, for a game, my medical tag. So if someone were to take it, instead of if like a random person just is like pulling it out and just like, oh shit, that's Nick's name, that's Nick's medical tag. Whoop. So anyway, wow, I'm so funny, aren't I? There was a crowd, I'd be dying. They would just be like, move on, please. Okay. Let's try and make this torture not last too much longer. Anyway, all right, out of the hat you pull a medical, also three question marks. So this person doesn't even know that it's Nick's medical tag. Out of the hat you pull a medical ID tag, which also has his name on it. So again, the 3 question marks literally will say Nick on it. You wonder who it belongs to, because apparently there's no name on it, because a medical ID tag is so useful when it doesn't have a name on it. You wonder who it belongs to, so you start to turn it over. Oh, thank God, okay. Clay. But someone wearing a ring that says pwned grabs it and says, I believe that's mine. Your jaw drops. You'd know that voice anywhere. It was the voice of an angel. The voice of Nick Jonas. You cannot believe your amazing luck. Though you don't seem able to actually stand, Nick grabs your hand. Oh, I'm sorry. Nick grabs your hand and pulls you to your feet. Get off your ass, girl. We're going in the closet. Nick grabs your hand and pulls you to your feet. Shall we? He asks. We shall, you reply. And the two of you walk into the closet, closing the door. Nick asks for your name. Oh, I'm blank. You say softly. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm blank. Oh, wait, no. Oh, I'm blank. You say softly. Well, blank. I think you're very beautiful. Really? This cannot be happening. Nick Jonas just called you beautiful. So, oh, sorry, I thought it was me. Oh, I'm sorry, blank. No, it's Nick. So, this is kind of sudden, but can I kiss you? He says, somewhat shyly. Always the gentleman. You chuckle as you both lean in. 7 minutes later. So you guys kissed for a full 7 minutes, I guess. Joe opens the door, and the two of you exit the closet, never leaving the other side for the rest of the night. A few days later, Nick surprises you with backstage passes to his concert. Of course he does. Once there, you're having the time of your life, rocking out to the Jonas Brothers music with occasional glances from Nick. Then, in the middle of the show, Nick calls you on stage. You are shocked, but somehow your feet still manage to move. This one's for you, blank. Then they begin to play Please Be Mine, which is not a Jonas Brothers song I know at all. So I can't sing it. Please be mine, girl. Your favorite Jonas Brothers song. Of course it is. Once finished, Nick takes his ring off of his finger and slips it on a silver chain. I thought he was about to slip it on her finger and be like, will you marry me? After 7 minutes in a fucking closet and then giving her backstage passes. Oh my fucking God. Ugh. I lost my place. Okay. Nick takes his ring off of his finger and slips it onto a silver chain he had pulled out of his pocket. Please be mine, he asked. Through your tears, you manage a watery yes. And Nick fastens the newly made necklace around your neck. Also love that the audience is just watching this unfold. Then he gathers you in his arms and kisses you deeply. The beginning of a brand new fairy tale together. The end for Nick. So, you're somewhere having a 7 minutes in heaven party thing. It's not at your, I don't know if it's at your house, I don't know if it's at a friend's, maybe it's at the Jonas Brothers house, I don't know. But you play 7 minutes in heaven, you get Nick Jonas, and a few days later he gives you backstage passes to his concert and then asks you to be his girlfriend. I mean, at least he didn't propose. That would have been much worse. That would have been, although that would be the ultimate, fan fiction trope of someone, you just meeting this person, and then days later, they're like, will you marry me? Which is totally not freaky at all, or scary, or just like, oh, you're kind of a creep, aren't you? So, but yeah, no, so that was Nick. Yay! Okay, moving on. So, I'm gonna go in descending order. So, Nick being the youngest. Next was Kevin, but we're gonna go with Joe, since he's the middle, I guess. So now, Joe Jonas. You are now pulling something out of the hat at this unknown party event thing. Out of the hat, you pull a pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses. Does he wear sunglasses a lot? Maybe. I don't know. Who could these belong to? No one you know wears them, except... Hands off the shades, lady. Someone said jokingly. No way. You look up and see Joe Jonas, aka the man of your dreams, standing there holding out his hand. Oh, sorry. I didn't know how important a pair of Ray-Bans were, you joked back. Such a funny joke. Yeah, well. Joe literally just says, yeah, ... well, ... Was Joe Jonas really at a loss for words? I mean, after that mighty comeback, I can't say I'm surprised. I wouldn't know what to say to that either, honestly. So yeah, was Joe Jonas really at a loss for words? That must be a sign of... sorry, the way this is like set up, it runs together really bad. That must be a sign of the apocalypse. Just because you said something stupid and Joe's just like, I don't know what to say to that. That wasn't a very good comeback. You're not giving me anything to work with here. Once inside the closet, Joe gently kissed you right off the bat. I mean, I'll give Nick, at least he was nice enough to ask. Now, granted, obviously, fan fictions, the person that they have a crush on, they immediately want to, like... But, so, Joe gently kissed you. Pulling away, he began to apologize over and over. You stop him. No, it's fine. But aren't you already dating Camilla Bell? Oh, that's the chick from, Lovebug, I think? Funny enough, if it is. She was also in Jurassic Park, The Lost World. She was a little girl that got eaten. Well, not eaten, but injured by the... Oh, I know their names. By the... I'm stuck with this. There we go. Jurassic Park nerd. You know that. Why did I say that? No, it's fine. But aren't you already dating Camilla Bell? He laughed. Not anymore. I told her I'd met someone else. Okay. You. Do I know her? Maybe. She's the most beautiful girl I've ever met, inside and out. She has a great sense of humor, too. What's her name? Blank. Oh, Joe, that's so sweet. She forgot one of the parentheses for her talking, which is why at first I thought it was just, oh, Joe. Because it's not even like an exclamation, it's literally just, oh, Joe, with a period. That's so sweet. Period. So not even like, she's not like, oh, Joe, that's so sweet. Oh, Joe, that's so sweet. Yeah. You wrap your arms around his neck and kiss him sweetly. Not long enough later, someone opened the door and said, Joseph Adam Jonas, time's up. What is his mom there, or his dad? Ugh. Oh, it was Nick. Nick, has anyone told you that you have horrible timing? Not lately, no. The banter continues. Well, you do. Good job, Joe. Good comeback. Also, I don't even know who. Also, it's not specified. Nick. Has anyone ever told you have horrible timing? So is it blank or is it Joe saying this? I'm going to assume Joe, but even so, not specified. So, well, you do. You laugh and grab Joe's hand and drag him out of the closet. A few weeks later, okay, at least Joe waited a few weeks, you were beginning to feel depressed because Joe had contacted you once since the party. I mean, are you really surprised? So, one day, you were sitting home alone watching E! News, and a Jonas Brother interview came on. Oh my god. You were about to change it when the interviewer asked if they were all single. Nick and Kevin both replied that they were, but Joe hesitated. I'm not sure. I really like this one girl, and if she's watching this, she'll know who she is, and she should probably go answer the door. Answer the door in, comma, ends. He checked his watch. A few seconds, actually. All of a sudden, the doorbell rang, and you got up to answer it. Delivery for blank. And the guy handed you a big bouquet of red roses. Your favorite flower. Thanks. You closed the door in his face and walked back to the den. Joe's face filled the television screen, and he was all smiles. Perfect timing, Jonas. Perfect timing, you mutter, reading the card that said, now I'm speechless. Over the edge, I'm just breathless. I never thought I'd catch this love bug again. Forever and always, Joe. That was a little cornier than I was expecting, to be totally honest. But, you know what? It was cute. The Nick thing was a little, well, I guess if you want to say Joe's definitely the more chill brother, and Nick's the more serious type, or at least that's how they were portrayed in their show, Jonas. I don't know. Obviously, I don't know how well that was. I don't know how real to life that was, you know. Maybe Joe's the more serious one. I don't know, but nah, that was cute. Also, again, no specifying of the house or this place that you're at, and then Joe literally just like Joe reached out to her once after this encounter, and supposedly I guess they're already friends because Joe talks to her like in the beginning like they're already friends, like as if they already know each other, and she knew who he was dating. I mean, granted, that's not hard to figure out, but she already knew who he was dating and asked, like, especially after he kissed her, she was just like, aren't you dating so-and-so? Or I'm sorry, Camilla Bell? Yes, sorry. I have to keep checking because I almost want to say Camilla Cabello? Yes. So I have to keep checking to make sure I say the right name. But, yeah, so you kissed, you talked to Joe once after the party, and then he ghosted you for like weeks. Which, granted, you could say he was probably busy or whatever, touring, shooting a show or something like that. Not shooting people. But, let's not make that joke. Anyway, but, and then apparently plans this interview, because I don't know if this interview is live or not, or if it's like, it's obviously probably been pre-recorded. It's not, it can't be live. It couldn't be. Because usually they're not. There's very few times that, especially, unless it's like on a red carpet or something like that, they're not live. They're always like pre-recorded or whatever. So you have Joe apparently planning this perfectly to like the dot, to the second, where he's on this interview, he's talking, hesitated just the right amount, and then like apparently like called in these flowers or whatever beforehand and told them, hey, I'm going to be on an interview. You need to, and it's not like nobody was late. There wasn't anything like production wasn't being slow or anything like that? Or what if the signal cut out? What if her power went out? Then she would just get these flowers. I mean, granted, it's still a nice gesture, but it's also funny that Joe just assumed that was she watching? Or was he just assuming that she would be? Or that he's like, oh, well, I'm just saying, telling the interviewer this intimate details? Like, and even so, I don't know, that's just weird to me. But what do I know? I haven't played 7 Minutes in Heaven with the Jonas Brothers, so maybe it's different. I don't know. All right. Last brother, Kevin Jonas. All right, the oldest. And honestly, probably out of all of them, the coolest one. I was always a Nick girl, but you know what? As I got older, I'm like, nah, Kevin's pretty cool. He's pretty chill. I also I know he was the quote-unquote dumb one in the Jonas show, but I like the offbeat kind of characters, the characters that, are goofy and weird, because that's what I am. So, thumbs up from me, Kevin Jonas. All right, Kevin, who I wonder, probably at this point was probably married, or at least dating his wife at the time. So, yeah, so that just doesn't exist in this whatever time this is happening. I don't know. Okay. Out of the hat, you pull a empty Starbucks cup. Is Kevin a big fan of Starbucks? This is so gross. You can't help but cry. Not cry out. You're just like, oh, this is so gross. Oh my god. Sorry, I didn't have anything else to put in the hat. Joe was pressuring me. Could it be? You lift your eyes, and your hopes are confirmed. Kevin Jonas is standing there, looking apologetic. That's okay. That's okay. I know how annoying Joe can get. Hey! You both laugh at the outburst. Kevin takes your hand and leads you to the closet. So, yeah, I'm blank. So you know how annoying Joe can be, yet you are introducing yourself to Kevin. Do you know each other or not? Is this just a random happening, or is this a planned thing? Oh my god, this frustrates me. So yeah, I'm blank. Beautiful, huh? Nothing. Just that you're very beautiful. You blush in the semi-darkness. Semi-dark? You're in a closet. Unless the light's on, it's probably complete darkness. I mean, granted, you could say, like, light's coming in through the cracks, but even then, it's still a closet. There's still barely any light coming in. Semi-darkness. Oh my god. These people make me mad. Well, thanks. Then you lean in and try to kiss him. But he stops you. What's wrong, Kevin? I can't do this. Why not? Because my brothers and I are going to Europe for 3 months. Well, then why not have something to remember me by? Then, without further ado, you lean in and gently press your lips to his, and soon, his kissing you back. His, not he's, his. Pulling apart, Kevin smiles and says, I'll definitely remember that kiss. 3 months later, you're sitting at home, thinking about when Kevin was supposed to get back from Europe. All you could think about these past months was those few moments you shared and the feel of his lips against your own. Suddenly, the doorbell rang. Opening the door, you are shocked to see Kevin standing there holding a single white rose. Kevin! Hey, blank! When did you get back? When did you get back? Just this morning. Did you know I couldn't get you off of my mind the entire time I was in Europe? It was like every love song we sang was meant for you, which to me They were. "Oh, Kevin," you cried, practically choking him. "Oh, Kevin." That's how tightly you hugged him. He handed you the rose and sang the chorus of "When You Look Me in the Eyes" to you. His voice was the most amazing you'd ever heard, and you couldn't believe that it was singing to you. "Know what I think?" you asked through your tears. I'm sorry. "Know what I think?" "What?" "You really need to sing more often." "As long as you're in my life, I'll always be singing." With that, he leaned down and gave you the second most memorable kiss ever had. The first being your first kiss with Kevin, the only man you ever wanted to kiss again. Damn, that's pretty savage, but okay. So, alright, well, that was 7 Minutes in Heaven with the Jonas Brothers. I don't know how this is gonna go. I don't know if this is just gonna be cringy as fuck. But whatever it is, I hope it makes you smile, Clay. So. That's it. No, that was a lot of fun. Would definitely like to do this for an actual video. And definitely, hopefully with you. If not, I'll do it myself. I don't need you. I don't need anyone. No. But anyway, I don't know if I'm going to send this to you today, being that it is Ash's birthday. I almost called him the other name. Not his Jake. I almost called him Jake. Not who you think I almost said. No. But no. Today's Ash's birthday, so I might not send this to you. Or if I do, I'll tell you to watch it like tomorrow or something. But anyway, like I said, I hope this put a smile on your face. I enjoyed it. I had fun. And hopefully we can do this together again sometime. And we can finally be famous. And maybe get you a car that actually works. So, have a good day, Clay. I'll talk to you at some point.